Good morning students. In today's class we are going to see the concept of potential, potential difference and absolute potential. First we will see the concept of electric potential and voltage. So according to Coulomb's law, when two charges are present, then there will be a force of attraction or force of repulsion between these two charges. So from Coulomb's law, it is possible for us to identify the force between any two static charges. Now, if you explore this concept and if you move the charges all around the point charges, then what will be the direction of the force and what is going to happen? Consider two charge. It is going to Q1, Q2. In between the two charges, depending upon polarity, the force is experienced. It could either be an attractive force or it could be a repulsive force. It depends upon the charge available at point A and at point B. This force acting on any one of your unit positive test charge is going to be your electric field intensity. Hence, when two charges are available, in between the two charges, there is availability of your electric field and force and electric field available. Now if you consider one charge to be a test charge, and if you are moving this test charge against this electric field or against the force, then some amount of work need to be done. This comprises of your potential energy and electric potential. The concept from there, we will derive the concept from the work done as electric potential energy or electric potential. Then electric force. We have identified electric force or electric field intensity. This electric force or electric field intensity is going to be the vector quantity, because it is having both direction as well as your magnitude. Whereas potential, whatever we are going to obtain, it is going to be the scalar quantity. Why? Because it will have only the magnitude. Consider 2-point charges. Here Q and Q. This is both the charges are going to be the like charges. If both charges are going to be the like charges, then both are going to repel each other. If they are going to be the unlike charges, both of them are going to attract each other according to Coulomb's law. So from Coulomb's law, it could be written as force is directly proportional to charges on each object. This is going to be the object and this is going to be another object. Charge on each object is Q into capital Q and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Here the distance between the two charges RA, so we can write it as RA square. Hence we can write the force as 1 divided by Q into Q divided by 4 pi epsilon into RA square. When you consider the charge Q to be the test charge, then force acting on that particular test charge is going to be your electric field intensity. So here the charge Q is considered to be as a test charge. Therefore, the force acting on this unit positive test charge will experience an electric field intensity, which we can write it as Q divided by 4 pi epsilon RA square. At distance RA away from Q, the electric field is specifically written as E is equal to 1 divided Q divided by 4 pi epsilon RA square. Now the definition of potential and potential difference. Potential is nothing but, we know that work done. Work done in moving a unit positive test charge is represented as dW, which is equal to Q E dot dl. It is minus Q. From this, W can be identified as minus Q integration between the initial limit to your final limit E dot dl. This is going to be the work done in moving a unit positive test charge from your initial point to your final point. This expression already we have seen in the previous class. From this, the potential difference V is defined as work done by an external source in moving a unit positive charge from one point to another in the presence of electric field. When you are moving a test charge from one point to another point, and when you are for moving that, if you are giving any external source, that is called as your potential. Potential V is defined as V is equal to initial value to final value dE dot dL. Why? Because the differential amount of work done on in moving a unit positive test charge by applying an external force is going to be your electric potential. From this we can write V is equal to integration between the limit initial value to final value E dot dl. This is going to be your Maxwell's second equation in electrostatics. Your Maxwell's first equation is divergence dot D is equal to rho V. And your Maxwell's second equation is going to be V is equal to integration over the closed line E dot dl. Next is work and potential energy. As we discussed earlier, how the potential is going to get exerted when you are moving an electric charge in the presence of electric field by applying an external force. So here force is equal to mass into acceleration, or you can write it as W is equal to F into D. F in terms of electric field intensity, if you are writing, we will get it as Q into E dot D. So energy is nothing but the ability to do work. So when an object has an energy, it has the ability to do work. When a force does not work on any object, the potential energy can be stored. An object with potential energy has the potential to do work. It is not doing work right now, but it has the potential. So an object has potential energy by virtue of its position. According to the position it will be having. Work and potential energy are closely related. Additional potential energy can also be stored in an object, and it is equal to the work done in bringing the object from one point to another point. This is the difference between the work and the potential energy. Suppose if you wanted to move the charge Q from point A to point B, what is the amount of work done? The amount of work done can be written as W is equal to minus Q E dot dl. The distance is from A to B. So integration is from limit A to B. The distance between A to B can be written as RA minus RB. The distance between from point A to point B, it has to move. Therefore, the distance from here to here, it is nothing but from the total distance. If you subtract the distance of RB, then we will get the distance between A to B, which is nothing but RA minus RB. Hence, we will get the applied force, where normally the force is equal to Q into E. In order to move the charge in the opposite direction, we have to apply an equal and opposite amount of force. Therefore, the applied external force is equal to minus Q into E, where we can write it as minus Q into E minus Q divided by Q into 4 minus Q. This is your charge available at point B. It is going to be your point charge divided by constant 4 pi epsilon into R square. R is nothing but RA minus RB. After substituting, we will get the work done between point A to B as RA to RB, and all this derivation already we have discussed in the previous lecture video. Potential and absolute potential. What is meant by a potential? It is defined as the work done in moving a unit positive test charge from one point to another point in the presence of electric field is known as potential. Here in the presence of electric field, by applying an external source, when you apply an external source only, it is possible for us to move the charge from one point to another point in the presence of electric field. The general equation for the potential is going to be V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. Absolute potential definition. Here also we will be moving a charge from one point to another point, but in the presence of electric field, from one point will be an infinity. So from infinity to point under consideration. The work done in moving a point charge by applying an external source from infinity to the point under consideration in the presence of electric field is known as absolute potential. The formula to identify the absolute potential is going to be, when you have two charges, when you are going to move the charge from point A to point B, you will be getting Q divided by 4 pi epsilon RA minus RB. When RB is going to be at infinity, you will get the potential at point A to be Q divided by 4 pi epsilon into RA. Potential difference is measured in joules per coulomb. Potential unit is volt. The potential difference between any two points is given as VAB minus integration between the limit b to a E dot dl. The unit for the potential is going to be volts. VAB is positive if the work is done in carrying a positive charge from B to A. Suppose if it is going to carry it from A to B, then it is going to be negative, where we can write the limit from A to B or B to A. Just the limit can be changed and it could be applied to identify whether the amount of potential or work done is positive or negative. If we are going to move the point charge from A to B, then the amount of work done is equal to minus Q rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon antilogarithm of B divided by A. Here, if you wanted to identify the potential, just you can bring this Q towards this side. So, the potential V is equal to minus rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon antilogarithm of B divided by A. This is in case if you wanted to move the point charge from point A to point B. Suppose if I wanted to move the point charge from point B to A, then here antilogarithm of A divided by B. If you remove this negative sign, you will get the voltage V is equal to rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon antilogarithm of A by B. You will get it if you are going to move it from point A to point B. In case if you are going to move the point charge from point B to A, then we will get the different voltage is equal to rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon antilogarithm of B divided by A. The same thing here I have explained. From B to A means it will become B by A if you remove this negative sign. A to B means here A by B by removing the negative sign. Thus, the potential difference between the 2 points A to B is given as rho L divided by 2 pi epsilon antilogarithm of B by A if the charge is going to move from point B to point A. If you are going to move the point charge from point B to point A, this is the formula that we need to use. It is going to be the potential difference between any 2 points. Now identify the potential for the point charge. We can find the potential difference between 2 points A and B at a radial distance RA and RB choosing origin. Here two ways to identify. One is the potential you can identify if the charge is at the origin. One more subdivision is if the charge is not at the origin, then you can identify it by using if the point charge is not at the origin concept. This is point charges at the origin concept. So we'll get here the electric field intensity potential VAB is equal to minus integration between the limit B to A E dot dl. E is your electric field intensity. Electric field intensity from the point charge can be identified as Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R square. If you are having the point charge, it is the point charge is Q if it is going to be at the origin. Okay. and this is the point where we need to identify the value of your potential. Point A, point B. Now from point A the charge needs to be moved. What is the potential obtained is going to be VAB, and the distance is RAB. Effect distance minus cause distance, you can identify it. Once it is identified, you will get the answer for the potential between the 2 points is going to be Q divided by 4 pi epsilon 1 divided by RA minus 1 by RB, if we are going to move the point charge from point A to point B, the potential difference between point A to B. If your RB is greater than RA, we should identify whether the work done, voltage, everything, it is going to be positive or negative. If this particular term is going to be larger than 1 divided by RA, then you will get VAB will be greater than 0 and WAB will be greater than 0. In case if you are having RB, in this case the work will be expended by the external source, where in reverse, the inverse of that will be RB less than RA. If your RB is less than RA, then your applied potential difference, whatever it has been obtained, it is going to be less than 0, and also the work done will be 0 between the point A to B. At that moment the work done is by the electric field. So it is often convenient to speak about the potential or absolute potential of the point rather than the potential difference between the 2 points. The most universe zero reference point is ground, which means the potential of the surface region is at the earth potential. And also we can widely use the reference point is to be infinity. For cylindrical coordinate system, in discussing a coaxial cable, the outer conductor is selected as a zero reference. In case of cylindrical coordinate system, here the potential whatever we wanted to apply, one reference potential needs to be taken. This is going to be your coaxial cable. If you are considering the outer surface to be at zero potential, the inner potential will be at V volt. If your potential A is going to be larger than VB, then the difference in potential obtained is VAB, which is equal to VA minus VB. And also if suppose VB is going to be greater than, in case if your potential at point B is greater than VA, then VAB will be negative, where we can write it as VB minus VA. At that moment, this one you need to write it as VBA. Next is potential due to point charge. It has already been discussed over here, but here the differential elemental length what we have shown over here is with respect to the spherical coordinate system. In case of spherical coordinate system, we'll be using a differential elemental length DL as the three coordinate system of your spherical system is R, theta, phi. So here the differential elemental length under spherical coordinate system is dr into AR, R into d theta a phi, a theta, R into sin theta into d phi into a phi. We have to substitute the value of DL as this equation if you are going to analyze it by using spherical coordinate system. After analyzing, we'll get the equation of your potential between the point A and B as Q divided by 4 pi epsilon 1 divided by RA minus 1 divided by RB. This is going to be the potential between the point A and B, and depending upon whether the work is done by the external source or it is going to be by the electric field, it all depends upon how we are going to calculate the value of your RA and RB. Potential difference. So potential difference is nothing but always the current will start to flow from higher potential to lower potential. For example, you consider one source, electric source. Here I am connecting one resistance. In between this, one capacitor I am going to connect, and here I will be connecting another source. This is your potential VA, and here it is going to be your potential VB. If I ask you guys to identify what is the difference in potential between these 2 points, means across this capacitor the potential is going to be VA minus VB or VB minus VA, depending upon the higher end potential or lower end potential. Always the current will start to flow from higher potential to lower potential. Therefore, the potential difference between the 2 points can be written as VAB, which is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 divided by RA minus 1 divided by RB. Whatever analysis now we have done, everything with respect to the point charge located at the origin. If the point charge is not located at the origin, then we need to go for the different types of analysis, which we will be discussing in the next class. Thank you, students.